In 2021, I went to 13 new parks and racked up 96 new credits to put me at a total of 32 parks and 220 credits. This upcoming coaster season won't be as good credit-wise, but it's still going to be an awesome year, and I figured I'd go through my plans for the year and talk about the places for a bit. First, I'm going to start off with the parks I've already been to and go from least likely to visit to most likely to visit, and then I'll do the same for new parks. I'll also talk about the new parks very briefly. There's 12 parks I'm considering doing that I've already visited, and 16 parks I've never done that I'd like to get to this year. Of course, I won't get to all of them. I'd say most of these new parks I am actually going to, and about half of the parks I've been to I'll be revisiting this year, but that's just a prediction. With that being said, let's waste no more time and get into my plans. So the least likely park I have somewhat in my plans for this year is Canada's Wonderland. Unless Canada changes their rules, I am not allowed to go to Canada, so I'm really hoping everyone can come at some point this year, but there's no counting on it. If I go to Kings Island this year, it'll be later in the year, probably around the same time I went this year in around October. Who knows, maybe we can go to an Ohio State game as well. But I'm not sure if this is going to happen. If not, maybe around Labor Day weekend when I do another park that I'll talk about later. But I love this park. It's probably a top 3 park I've been to, but can't visit every park. So I'm going to Florida in February, which I'll talk about more in a little bit. But Busch Gardens Tampa is not happening in February. I'm hoping we'll be able to go back in late 2022, like maybe winter break or something. That way, I can finally ride Iron Gwazi. I think there's a good chance I'll finally make it back to Kennywood for the first time since 2019. If you didn't know, Steel Curtain was down for the day when I went, so that sucked. I did do the rest of the coasters there though, and I'm excited to get back on those if I go, along with finally riding Steel Curtain. I'm really hoping I can make it back to King's Dominion. I want to ride that top 2 some more, and I hope I'd be able to do this trip with someone. That would be awesome. BGW would also be a part of the Virginia trip, of course. This is a top 3 park I've been to. It's just amazing. Every single one of their coasters is good. Nothing there is bad. And I'm super excited to get on Pantheon finally, if I do get the chance to go. If I did these Virginia parks, I'd probably add on Dollywood, one of my all-time favorite parks, Lightning Rod, Wild Eagle, Thunderhead, Tennessee Tornado, Mystery Mine, Smoky Mountains, Cinnamon Bread. What's not to love? This is the number 1 park I've been to that I'd love somebody to be there with me for, and I'd love to go when I can finally get a Lightning Rod night ride, which I've never gotten to do. And if I don't do this along with the Virginia trip, then I might do it by itself, but I'm gonna try my hardest to get to Dollywood this year. As long as El Toro opens, this park is pretty much confirmed. This is a super underrated park. I really enjoyed my time here on my 3 walk-on days. Hopefully I'll get that again and have just as good of a time, if not better, and probably meet up with Coaster Demon and X-Coasters Forever. On Saturday, February 26th, I'll be doing this park most likely. Our flight back home from Florida is later that day, so we'd have some time to spend here before the flight. I'd love to ride Kraken more because I only got a couple rides, and Mako is one of the better B&M hypers, so I'd love to get that some more goes. I mean, as long as it actually opens this year, we're going. Simple as that. It's my home park. Of course we'll be going. Okay, the reason I had this being more likely than Darien Lake is simply because we pretty much kind of already have a date for it. Labor Day weekend, so September 2nd through September 4th or 5th. Maybe I could do Kings Island on this trip too, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. This is the only park on here that we actually have booked to do currently, so it's got to be at the top. February 23rd, 24th, and 25th are the dates. So Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. This park is going to have some short lines. They always do in winter. And it's on weekdays, so that's really looking good for lots more rides on Velocicoaster, including hopefully a front row ride I never decided to get, so that's awesome. Also, I'd like to do Hagrid's and Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket more than once, and Dr. Doom's Fearfall I'd like to ride again for the first time since 2016, when it was my favorite ride in the park. I doubt I'll get it night rides on Velocicoaster this time either, but I can hope. Starting off the parks I've never been to, this is the same thing as Canada's Wonderland. It applies to this as well. If they let me in, I'll most likely be going. Never been when I easily could have gone before, but yeah, I'm hoping. If this does open this year, I'll be visiting it for the first time. Hard to believe it's one of my home parks and I've never been to it as Fantasy Island. It's technically closer to me than Darien Lake is. I've driven past it plenty of times before, but hopefully it does open and I can ride Silver Comet. I'll be doing a few other parks on this trip, so Michigan's Adventure is the least likely, and it's out of the way, but it's kind of in the area. It'll be in early June, though, and school will still be happening. I'm not sure how likely this is to happen, but I'd love to visit this year and get on Shivering Timbers. This is the closest park to me if you even want to consider it an amusement park. It has a kiddie coaster, Little Dipper. It'll be a credit and forget it, and I'll be back on my way home. I'd put this higher, but for the next parks I kind of have to group the trips together. I'm doing a New England trip, and this is the last of my priorities on that trip. This is in Maine, and it has a few credits to get, but nothing insane. Just a thuzy being a thuzy. The other park I want to do in Maine, this has a wooden coaster, Excalibur. That alone makes me want to go. If I had to choose one Maine park, I'd choose this. Acadian National Park would be awesome to visit while I'm in Maine, but I don't know, we'll see. This is a very small park located in New Hampshire. It has 3 credits, including Untamed and Yankee Cannonball, which I really want to get on. This is closer than Maine, that's simply why it's higher, but I think they're all just as likely as each other. This is another very small park. It's in Connecticut. It has Wooden Warrior, which is a gravity group coaster I really want to ride, so I can compare it to Oscar's Wacky Taxi. I have to visit Lake Compounce on this trip. It's got 5 credits to get, including Boulder Dash, a bucket list wooden coaster. It also has a Skyrocket 2, a Boomerang, a kiddie coaster, and one of the roughest woodies ever, so that'll be interesting. This is the main park on the trip I can't wait for. Of course, the RMC Wicked Cyclone and the Intamin Mega Coaster Superman the Ride are high on my bucket list. I'm super excited to ride them. They also look to have some decent supporting coasters, including a free spin, a floorless, and some mediocre rides, but a credit is a credit. Gene Staples is a legend, and I'd love to support a legend by visiting this park. Also, the park just looks good in general. Cornball Express, Lost Coaster of Superstition Mountain, Hoosier Hurricane, and my first El Loco Clone Steel Hog are ones that I can't wait to do. I don't think American Drear or Looping will be open in time, but I'll get some shots of it anyway. I can't wait to go. I will for sure be doing this, and it'll be for Keys to the Kingdom. Storm Chaser and Lightning Rod are going to be awesome. Huge bucket list coasters. T3 is high on my bucket list too, just because of how hated it is. Thunder Run looks good. Kentucky Flyer is a gravity group I want to try. I've been trying to go here for a couple years now. I'll finally get to go, and I can't wait. If we get accepted into Hollywood Nights, then we're finally going. I've been waiting to do this for years. I've been wanting to do it for years, and of course, when I'm finally going, they limit it to 500 people. If I get in, then awesome. If not, then I'm going anyway. The Voyage just won't be as good. Legend, Thunderbird, and Raven also look awesome. Howler for the credit, and the water park looks awesome. I'm praying for Hollywood Nights. I'll update you on that. Seabreeze isn't too far away from me. It's in Rochester, so it's only like 2 hours away. I'll definitely be meeting up with either Carter or Lucan or Holden or all of them or combo, whatever. I'll be meeting up with someone there though, most likely, and I can't wait to finally get here. Jackrabbit looks alright, the Boblseds look alright, and I've heard the log flume is insane, so I'm excited to do that as well. Down to the final 2 parks I have booked. Fun Spot Orlando will be the second park we go to in February. Fun fact, I've actually seen this park from the Universal parking garages. Unfortunately, I couldn't visit it. I'm choosing this to be the night park because this park looks better at night than the other one. White Lightning looks like a great ride, and I'm excited to feel that new GCI Titan track in that small section of track it's placed. Hopefully, I'll be able to tell the difference. Also, Head Rush 360 looks like a great MIDI discovery, and they have an SNS Scream and Swing called Hot Seat. Freedom Flyer looks like a great family coaster as well. Fun Spot Kissimmee is the final park in this video. It'll be the first park we do after we leave the airport. Mind Blower, I heard, is one of the roughest coasters out there, but it looks insanely fun as well. First zero-G stall and a Woody for me. I'm excited to do Hurricane as well. They have Head Rush 360 and Hot Seat just like the Orlando park, so I can ride them at night and during the day if I want. I'm so excited to get here finally. It's gonna be great. That's all the plans I have right now. If anything else comes up or if I have to cancel any of the plans, I will let you know. Let me know what your plans are for this year if you want to, and thank you so much for watching. Please share the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you later.